Got this guy oiled up, just some vegetable oil. The Burmese Python stick is all done. I'm going to start a snake stick, show how to do the rough shaping with the old craftsman grinder. I've got a flap disc on it. It's a sanding disc. It's got flaps of sanding on it, sandpaper, and it goes super fast, so much quicker than any kind of other sander for just the rough stuff. And you do quite a bit of shaping with it. So I'm going to start off with doing a handle. I'm going to something like a normal handle on this one to make it like a normal cane instead of a round top, but a normal handle. You can put your hand on like that right here. And then I'm going to start working on shaping the snake winding around a cane. Start off with a big log like this. This is again white cedar. No, this is red cedar, sorry. This one's red cedar from Kentucky. I think I'm all out of my white cedar I had from south of Michigan. All right, so I'm gonna get started. You could do this, I did it before with a Sawzall. And it's, boy, that's rough to try to get the shape just right without cutting into the snake body that you're trying to make. So I think this is gonna be way quicker. First time I'm doing this, I've always done the Sawzall before and it's really a slow process. This is the first time I've done the grinder, so I think it's gonna be good though. Just to clarify, I say Sawzall, that's just an old term, I guess. It was the first brand of reciprocating saw. It's actually reciprocating saw, all kinds of brands now. I'm going to get it about center. I got to go a little bit more on this side. That feels pretty good. I have to do a little bit. I don't want it too weak right here, but I want something comfortable like a regular cane hold. That's pretty close. That feels pretty comfortable. Might do a little bit more right out of here. I can't quite reach it with that guy. I'll have to get something else to get into right there. Just a tiny bit. Get your fingers in there. Feels a little more comfortable. Maybe I'll take a little bit right here. That's not bad. That feels comfortable. Now I'll start doing the snake. So when I start doing a snake, I just kind of think about which way I want the head to turn. If I want it to be facing this way or that way. Last one I did, I had it end that way. I think I want one going up this way. And maybe coming off the cane a little bit. So it's just kind of free standing out there. Thinking of doing something like that, maybe right here. So your hand's here and the snake's coming right at your hand. And it's coming off the snake, so I'll get rid of a bunch of this and leave room for the head right here. And get rid of a lot of this. And then have it come straight down and wrap around about here somewhere. So I think I might start taking away some of the wood here and leave that for a head there. I know there's lots of other ways to do this. You could do the Sawzall, regular saw, Dremels. There's all kinds of things you can do to shape this, but this seems to me going pretty good. I might need a new flap sander. It's getting a little worn. Done a few things with it now, but yeah, I think it's shaping pretty fast. It takes off wood pretty quick. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna just keep on shaping this spot right here. The head right here, so I'm kind of flattening this out. I'm going to curve in a little bit. Do the same thing on this side. Leave it kind of fatter here and kind of curve it in. And then I'll leave room for the cane and the snake's body right here. And then this, I'll start wrapping it around. I'm going to continue on this side a little bit. Okay, if you can see what I can see there, starting to get a little bit of a rough shape of a head here. And the neck is coming right here in the neck. So underneath this, I need to leave some for the cane. So the neck here. I want a little, I think I'm gonna do a little space under the head this time, about to here maybe. And have the cane down here and leave a little space so the head looks like it's coming off and coming toward your hand. That'd be kind of cool. So I gotta go down a little, just flatten this out now. Gotta be careful not to get too far so I have enough for the cane underneath the snake. All right, so I just did the Sawzall reciprocating saw on this, and it really shakes you to death, and it doesn't do a great job. So I needed to get another disc. My 80 grit was worn out, it's just kind of smooth, not doing a whole lot. It's working, but it's slower. So you got 60 discs, the 60 and the 36. The 36 is really heavy grit, should take off wood really fast. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think this 80 was just worn out. And there's a 60 to make it a little smoother when I'm done with the 36. And if I want, I can use this to help smooth out a little bit more, so it's not quite so rough. But that's what I'm gonna do. I think this 36 on this angle grinder, the flat disc, will take off serious amount of wood in a quick time to help me shape this thing. Got a lot to go to get this down to just about here, just to make it a cane. A lot of wood's gotta come off. And in the middle here, and even around here, got a lot of wood to go still. I just want a cane, and this has got a lot of extra wood that's gotta go. All right, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. That's it, buddy. So, I was doing this new snake stick with this guy. He's doing a great job getting in here and stuff. I used to do all that shaping with this, and it's super hard to get in here. This thing shakes you to death, and it's super hard to get in there. And a lot of times I would cut into this. You know, I'm trying to make this stuff, and I'm just cutting into the angles of the body over here, and I'm trying to fix that. So this worked out really good. This is a regular angle grinder with a flap disc, flap sanding disc. And this one's getting a little bit smooth. I need to get a fresh one. But just for now, I'm going to take off some of the chunk of this wood you can see this very end, it's going to take me a while. I don't want to sit here for another half hour whittling this down with that sander. So I'm going to take it off with the Sawzall. Take off a little bit of it and leave the middle for the cane part. It's going to be a cane. I'm just taking off some of that. This doesn't go the fastest either, but that sanding is a little rough. The video I did earlier, I didn't have on earmuffs or dust mask, and it was a little rough. It was sore on the throat. So I will be doing earmuffs and a sand mask on the next one, dust mask, when I get back to doing the sanding. Working on the Burmese Python. Got most of it shaped. I want to make the stick a little thinner. The other day I got the neck and head separated from the cane area right here. Had to take a Dremel tool and get in there. The flap sander couldn't reach in far enough to finish it. I'm going to try to get the eyes in now. Shape the head a tiny bit more, just a little bit right here. I'm going to take off and get the eyes put in. I'm going to use black glass beads for the eyes. I got to sink them in and then glue them in place. I think it'll be cool. All right, going to try to work on the eyes on this. Going to be Burmese Python. I haven't done one of those. I got these plastic beads for eyes. Something new I'm going to try. I've never done this except the last two sticks I've done. The rattlesnake I just did, I think it's called rattlesnake number 2. This will be snake number 3 video. Get that in there. I'm going to glue it in. It's going to be pretty cool looking. Got to route this out to make it fit and glue it in. Alright, I've got that eye glued in. I'm going to let that glue dry. It takes about a day. Let's see how it looks. Right there I want to leave it flat so it dries and doesn't run out. I want it to fill in around the eye. And we'll come back and do some more on this bad boy. You see it right here? You see it right in here. All right. Got this guy oiled up. Just some vegetable oil, which is soybean oil. Starting to crack, which happens a lot. See right there, it's starting to crack. Happens pretty much every time I do one of these. You start whittling it down and it dries out at different times, different speeds, and it starts cracking on you. They all do it. If they get real bad, I put a little glue in there to fill it in, and that holds it together. But oiling it up should prevent it from cracking anymore. It's usually what I do. Then then the polyurethane I put on later is a good coating to keep it from doing that anymore. Seals it all up. Looks really nice. You see the red cedar in there. It's looking really cool. This is the first red cedar stick I've done, cane. The others have all been white cedar. So we're getting close to just finishing up a little bit of sanding maybe, and then I'm ready to start doing the wood burning. I'm gonna let this oil soak in for a day or two to prevent any more cracks. All right, sitting at my new workbench here in the workshop. Got my new Dremel set up. It's got a new flex shaft, it's called. It's a little easier pen to work with, smaller in your hand, not so big as the Dremel. It's a little harder to handle. So this wasn't too much money. I forget how much, but not much. Just got it. Been working with it. It's a lot easier on your hand and it's easier to use. And so I'm working on that. Working on my new Python stick. Just got to sand it down a little bit more. And it'll be good. Right back working on the Python stick in my wood shop. Nice view out the window. Got some flowers. See the yard, the woods here. Be working on this little guy. Start wood burning. So one thing I've done to make the different scales is I do draw with this little guy. I've shaped some with that, just draw them. And then with this one, now these I've had to kind of grind them down to get the shape I wanted on them. That's for a smaller scale. And this one was kind of the medium. I'm using that one just now. And this is a little bigger. And these I had to take some of the little tips that comes with the wood burning kit and just shaped it a little bit more to look like a scale. When I burn it in, it automatically looks like the scale there. And you just kind of place them down as you go. It's not any real particular pattern because if you look at a snake closely, they don't have any particular pattern exactly on the scales, but they are tightly together. So I'm just kind of randomly filling in the gaps here. It looks a little strange when you're first doing it, but as you go, it starts to look pretty cool as it fills in. You see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the bubbling up is I put vegetable on this twice to prevent it from cracking while I'm working on it. Every time I sand it, little cracks try to start up. It's just drying out too fast when you open up the wood and start sanding down. The moisture in the wood's escaping at different rates, different speed on this log, so you got to kind of do something to prevent that and slow it down. Burmese Python is coming along. It's Burmese Python. It's getting painted. It's not there yet. It's part way. You can see the wood burn scales that are on. Each one individually burned. See the scales underneath the paint. You can feel them after it's painted still. It's gotta be nice. Burmese Python stick is all done. Got a nice handle. Daughter Rosie did all the painting. She did a great job. It's got glass eyes, so it looks realistic, shiny and creepy. Alright, that one's done. That took a long time.